And we're starting. Welcome to the Out of Capes podcast for The Flash Season 2, Episode 16, titled Trajectory. This is a podcast focusing on the CW's The Flash series. Yes, we're still here.
Yes.
We're still here.
Yep.
We missed the last episode, and
A lot of stuff.
yeah, and then there was the break. But we're still here.
Yep.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Stafa.
I'm Eric.
And the way how this show is structured is first we're gonna have a discussion on the episode. After that, we're gonna review and rate the episode out of 5 stars, 5 solid stars. And then we're going to have spoiler discussion if we have some. Probably just gonna talk about the preview for next week's episode. Do you have any spoilers that we want to talk about other than that?
Not to my knowledge now.
All right, so mainly it's just going to be talking about the preview for next week's episode. So anyways, before we get going, just want to do a quick disclaimer that all opinions expressed on the show are of our own and not of our employers or the past, present, or future. Hashtag hire Staffa. Hey, I do that on the Out of Continues podcast, so I gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's talk about this episode, Trajectory.
Okay.
Man, we had a long break.
Yes.
It's been what, like 3 weeks since the last episode?
Yep.
Close to a month. And since then, Daredevil came out. And I'll tell you what, man, this is difficult. It is very difficult going from Daredevil to this.
I know.
It's like one show respects you as an adult, and the other one is basically Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It's really hard, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like the first 10 minutes of this episode was basically set up for the villain of the week.
Yep.
I feel like they just waste a lot of the time of the episode. Just, hey, let's go to the club for no reason at all, just to watch Cisco do his goofy dance, and that's it.
Yep.
I'm convinced that is the only reason why they even did that whole scene and setup, just to show Cisco doing his dance.
Yep.
Because what else? I mean, the only thing that happened there is the watch that Harrison Wells gave to his daughter.
Yep.
It went off when Wally came nearby, and she basically just shrugged that off.
Weird.
I mean, she's supposed to be smart, right?
Yes.
But she's acting as if the watch is just like malfunctioning and not working correctly or whatever.
It keeps going off because Barry's there, but then it goes also off when Wally's there too.
Yeah. I mean, of course, she knows why it's going off when Barry is near her.
Yeah.
But she should have noticed something when Wally came. So are they trying to indicate that Wally is already a speedster?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, I'm assuming that's what they're trying to say. Either that or it's like an Easter egg for the viewers who know who Wally West is.
Yeah.
I want to assume it's not an Easter egg. I don't know.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like I said, a few minutes ago, this show doesn't respect you as an adult. Like, it's just, it just wants to play with you. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm complaining, but it's the truth. Um, but yeah, anything else worth mentioning about that beginning portion?
Wally, I think Wally likes Jesse.
Sure,
He was
I
like,
suppose.
he's like, who's that girl?
Like, ooh, who's that white girl?
Who's that white girl?
Um, but yeah, I mean this. Oh, and someone took a picture of a red blur.
Must be the Flash.
Flash. Ooh. I got photo evidence that the Flash is evil because I got this red blur.
Yep.
Yeah.
It totally works.
Yep. Um. So yeah, I mean, like we end up quickly learning that it is Caitlyn's friend using the Velocity 9.
Yep.
Like there was absolutely no detective work at all. It was like it was basically like what was she wearing? Oh, she was wearing a suit that looks sophisticated for a speedster. Oh, it must be my friend because she's a scientist working at a lab, and I gave her part of the formula for Velocity 9,
Yep.
and she was able to reverse engineer it, but is unable to make more of her own on her own. I don't know. Like it makes no sense.
And they never explained how she made the suit either.
Yeah, they very poor writing.
Yep.
Like they kind of explained that she made reverse engineered it on her own, but then she can't make more, so she needs to go to Caitlin and Harrison Wells for them to make more for her.
Yep.
I please explain this to me. Please, can
I
you explain
can't.
this to me?
I can't.
Please,
I can't
why not?
because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but yeah, apparently Velocity 9 makes you faster than the Flash,
Exactly.
and she ended up killing herself because she ran so fast she got consumed by the Speed Force, or she oh they she what was it that
Disintegrated.
yeah, like they said that her molecules um pretty much fell apart or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dissolved. Yeah, she
Dissolved.
dissolved. Yes. So with their detective work, her blue lightning
Yes.
had pretty much got them to connect the dots that Jay is Zoom.
Yes.
Even though Caitlyn, right before they said Jay is Zoom, Caitlyn said, but Jay didn't have blue lightning.
Yes.
How are they connecting the dots again?
I don't know.
Uh, I, I'm sorry, but they use too many like Deus Ex Machinas.
Yeah, they do.
There's not enough like dots to be connected. I feel like it's very poor story writing.
A little, yes.
Hashtag hire Staffa.
Yeah, the writing experience.
I got writing experience.
No, you don't. Don't lie to the
Yeah, I
audience.
do. I wrote a script for a wrestling event, and then the promotion the guy who ran the promotion like took the script and like pretty much threw it upside down and he did like everything I wrote except backwards, and
Why
then did
did?
and
Why
then
is this
didn't
like the
even,
first I've ever heard of this stuff?
and then he didn't even give me credit for it.
I've never heard the story. This is for another time. We'll talk about the
Yeah,
story another time.
yeah. It was another lifetime.
Yeah.
It was another lifetime. But yeah. Um,
I mean,
them connecting.
Zoom has blue lightning.
Yes,
Both are dying
yes,
because they need Speed Force.
yes.
So that's how they connected the two.
But Caitlyn straight up said Jay was dying and he didn't have blue lightning.
Yes. I
So
can
that
get I can get into this, but it goes into theory.
that that pretty much should debunk, like, her statement should debunk like the rest of their theory. Like, it's the whole scientific experiment process. You take a theory and then you test it and you see if how the results come out. And like she has um the fact that Jay didn't have blue lightning, and it's like, okay, so if Jay didn't have blue lightning, what does that mean? That means
But
that
Jay, I don't know.
their theory is incorrect because there's an inconsistency.
Yes, and like I told you, I can probably explain this a lot easier, but it goes into theory.
Let's go into this theory.
If you want to go
Oh,
into
should this be in the spoiler section?
I mean, it kind of goes into who Zoom is.
Mm-hmm.
If you
But
want to,
well, we already know who Zoom is, though. I mean,
but
like,
like, what is Zoom?
oh, what is Zoom? Okay, I mean, we could talk about that in spoiler if you want.
It kind of goes into trajectory in a way.
Trajectory of the character.
Yes,
Okay.
basically, think trajectory, but the other side has a physical form, which is Zoom. So
Oh, okay. So like the way how she had like that multiple personality.
yes,
Okay.
so think about that. But then, so Jay's multiple the other personality, somehow separated from Jay, and that's why they're both dying. And his other personality, his chaotic side, is Zoom.
Okay.
So that is what they're trying to say, but they have a really horrible way of writing and trying to put that together.
Unbelievable.
Exactly. Because
Um.
it's the most perfect answer because it solves everything. Explains how why there's two J's and so forth. So it does.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I told you.
Okay.
Hashtag hire me.
You already got a job.
Hashtag rehire me.
Promote Eric. Hashtag promote Eric.
Hashtag
There we go.
promote Eric.
There you go. All right. Um. Anything else we want to talk about the whole like trajectory and zoom portion of the episode?
Um, no.
Velocity 9.
I mean, the bridge thing was kind of stupid.
Oh, him trying to like jump the bridge.
Yes,
Oh,
there
I
was, or her just running around the bridge just to break it up. And I was like, why is she doing that? Well, I want to call chaos. I was like, there's multiple other ways to cause chaos besides doing something stupid that links to the cliff from earlier in this episode.
yeah. Yeah. Um what was I about to say? Like the whole oh, when he's like jumping the cliff,
Yeah.
I like how slow it is.
Yes.
He's supposed to be going so fast, it should be like a blink, but everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's doing it. He's doing it. Wow, wee.
I
Wow,
know.
wee. Check my watch. How long is this taking? It's taking like a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Like
Wowzers."
when I saw it, I instantly thought the Simpsons scene where like Homer tries to jump the canyon on the skateboard
Oh
and
yeah.
once gets it and fails.
Yeah. Um but yeah, it looks like do you think this is the end of Velocity 9? Because he Barry like threw the vial on the ground, but I mean they still know how to make more.
Yes, and I don't think it will. If it goes into what I said for my theory, I don't think this is the end of it.
Oh, and also Jesse got injected by pure V9.
And they just did a blood thing,
Mm-hmm.
and supposedly it's out of her system.
Yeah, supposedly it's out of her system, but obviously, well, we could talk about the spoilers. We could talk about that later. But Iris, let's talk about the side story real quick. Iris.
Sure.
So, uh, Iris seems to be all over the place. Like she can't make up her mind.
Yes.
In the beginning of the episode, she's like joking to Barry about them being married. You know, the Earth 2, they're married, and in the future they're married. And
Yeah.
then later she's with Scott, her boss,
Yep.
and basically like throwing mixed signals to him.
Yep.
Also, I put down the notes that Scott is like J. Jonah Jameson.
He is. Like literally, he's like J. Jonas Jameson.
Get me pictures of the Flash.
Yeah.
That scumbag Flash up to no good again.
He's not a hero.
You know, like he is like exactly J. Jonah Jameson. Just give him like a weird buzz cut and a Hitler mustache, and that's it. Do we even care about Iris and Scott?
No.
Like, why are they doing this? Because obviously the fans want to see like Barry and Iris. I'm assuming they want to, or are the fans getting tired at this point?
They're gonna bring in another character, and then the whole show it's just gonna be based off that one character.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm referring to?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Are they really bringing in another character?
I don't think they are.
Oh. All right. That seems like that's it. Don't have anything else we want to discuss, do we? Okay. So overall thoughts and review. We usually review out of 5 stars, 5 solid stars, no like half C's or anything like that. And it looks like this week I'm first. And so I will give this. This isn't the worst episode.
No,
This is not even. It's not average. It's not even average. I think it's not good. So I'll give it. I'll give it 2 speedweeds out of 5.
You're just never gonna let Speedway go, aren't you?
Speedweed is like the best producer, the best television producer out there.
Oh my god. Hashtag hot Speedweed, hire hot stopper.
There we go.
Be Speedweed's hype man.
Exactly. Speedweed, yo.
Oh god.
So yeah, two out of 5. How about yourself?
I'll give it 2 dancing Cisco's.
So we're in agreement then.
Yeah.
It's just really hard, man.
And
Like,
the thing is, it's not just like Flash. Like all the DC shows are not good now. And
I want to like this.
I do. And I want to like Flash.
I want to like.
It's the same formula week after week, and it's getting old.
Yeah.
And Barry's getting way too emo. He's always like, I can't beat him. I can't beat him. Every season, he's like, I can't beat him. Because then, truthfully, the Flash would be OP about everything. So you have to create these like fake struggles that you know he shouldn't be having.
I really feel like this show is comparable to Power Rangers.
It is.
Like, it has the villains of the week. You might as well like Zoom might as well be like Rita Repulsa throwing down these like
Right.
monsters from the moon
Yes.
to the Flash, and he fights them off each episode until the finale. Whenever that happens, he'll finally fight
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah.
It's just Power Rangers, but for an older audience,
It is. I can see that.
and I don't want that.
No.
That's not what I want. Like it's. I don't want to compare this to Daredevil either because Daredevil is like such a different animal,
Yes.
but at least that show like treats me with respect as far as storytelling and treat like it respects me as an adult, not a little kid, you know? And I don't feel like Flash is a kid show. It's like it's a show for everybody,
Yes.
but it's not treating it as if it's for everybody. It's I don't know. I don't think I'm explaining well
It's
enough.
go for how I look at it is at first the campy was cool because it was very comic booky,
Hmm.
and now it's just like okay, this is just the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah.
It just I don't know. I
Yeah.
even watched the King Shark episode before I watched this episode too.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
At least, at the very least, the production value looks good.
exactly.
The effects look really good. I mean, King Shark looks excellent.
I mean, for something where they said basically they knew they would never get the money to do a whole episode on, and then they do a whole episode because everyone loved King Shark.
I mean, like, if I compare this to the trailer for the new Ninja Turtles movie, like, King Shark looks better
Yeah,
than the Ninja Turtles and Rocksteady and Bebop in the new Ninja Turtles movie.
I know.
And that's like a, big Hollywood production produced by Michael Bay.
And one of them is not and they're not voiced by a Irish wrestler.
Yeah, but I mean, like it looks good, but the effects look great in the show.
Yeah,
They just need like it's the writing. The writing's
yeah,
really poor.
exactly.
The acting's not bad either.
But here's the thing: do you think they're letting it die because they're gonna have the Flash movie and they're gonna have to cancel this pretty soon?
I don't know.
Because I mean, the Flash was in the Batman Superman, so like, and Flash movie is supposed to be next year.
Hmm.
So, and you saw what they did with Deadshot and Lila because of the Suicide Squad movie.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. It seems like DC just has issues,
They do.
like inter corporation issues. Like it's fighting with itself.
See, that's the thing too is that like the CW is not owned just by DC. It's owned by Comcast and Time Warner.
Hmm.
So you got two big companies fighting for who control this channel, and they want to keep the shows to what all the rest of the shows are.
Uh-huh.
But then you have DC trying to control it too, and DC also trying to get Legends a second season, which we've talked about multiple times. Is that I feel every time a new DC show comes out, the writers just leave for the new show.
I quit watching Legends.
Supposedly it's good. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's better than Arrow." I'm like, I quit watching it.
I think it was the episode where the last episode I watched
I think the last
was
episode you watched was the one that me and you talked about. Was the Arrow one?
I watched that and well the last one that I didn't watch the first one that I didn't watch was where they go to like I guess the 1950s or something like that, and it's supposed to be uh 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 like a drive-in movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, like something rubbed me the wrong way when I started watching the first few minutes of that. I'm like, no, I'm not. It just felt too like I don't know.
I know. I mean, I watched the first 3 episodes and then I watched the Arrow episode. I haven't watched one since.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only person I really like on there is what's her name? The actress who plays Sarah.
Yeah.
Like she's the only one I like on there. She's a good actress, and
I thought you would like Whitworth Miller, aka Captain Cold.
I liked him at first, but he he starts to rub me the wrong way now. Like he doesn't talk like a human being.
No, he doesn't.
Well, let's look at it this way.
Yeah.
I need you to chill.
Ah.
Nick and I, we look out for each other.
Yeah.
I'll put him out myself.
Yeah. He always sounds like he's constipated.
Yeah, like I don't know, just the way how he talks. I got
know.
tired of him. Like at first, I really liked him,
I know
but
you did.
now it's like
I
talk
mean,
like a human.
I have a Captain Cold figure from The Flash. So I mean, I liked him too, but now I can't stand him. He's so much a caricature of.
Yeah,
He's not even like a real person anymore.
be a human.
Yeah.
Be a human. It's not that hard. But anyways, let's wrap this up, and then we'll get into spoilers for next week's episode, and I guess we'll also mention well, I guess you talked about trajectory. Oh yeah, there's one. Let me write this down real quick. Okay, so anyways, let's wrap this up. If you enjoy what we've been hearing, you can support us by liking us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can leave an iTunes review. You can contact us by email. That's capes@outofcontinues.com. All those things that I mentioned, they can be found on the website. That's www.outofcontinues.com /TV podcasts. And you can give me a tweet. I'm at Sayedstafa. That's at SAYEDSTAFA.
And I'm at emetzger712, EMETZGER712.
Don't forget hashtag hire Stafa.
Yes. And hashtag promote Eric.
With that said, I'm Stafa,
And I'm Eric.
and we'll either see you guys next week or in a few moments in the spoiler section. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Spoilers!
Spoiler.
Vroom, vroom. Get your spoilers ready.
Yes, stuff. Me and you. We talk about spoilers.
Yeah, so next week's episode, flashback.
Where we see Earth One, Harry, and Reverse Flash.
Yeah, that was a confusing preview.
Yes, it was.
Also, it seems like they're using the storyline from Prince of Persia: Warrior Within.
Yes.
That's exactly the story of that game.
Yes.
You know, like the prince messed with time, so the time wraith, the aka the Haka, is chasing the prince because he messed with time. So the time wraith is going after Barry because he messed with time. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yep.
It's the exact same storyline.
Yep. Do you know it's actually in comics too?
Is it?
Yes. And I have a friend who says that's why he hates the Flash, because of what happens in it. Basically, the Grim Reaper chases him down. The Flash runs backwards in time to the Big Bang and recreates the universe to get away from the Grim Reaper. Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh boy. So which came out first? That storyline in the comics or Prince of Persia Warrior Within?
I would say probably Flash.
Prince of Persia Warrior Within. I think it came out like maybe 2003.
Yeah, I'm saying this is probably I would say 90s.
Man, Persia Warrior Within. I dislike it even more now. Not only is it the worst of the Sands of Time trilogy, but it also stole the storyline from the Flash.
Yes, I know.
Um. So yeah, that's next week's episode. You have anything else you want to mention about that?
Nope.
All right. Also, one spoiler with Jesse.
Yes.
Uh, in the comics, she is what's her name in the comics? Jesse Quick.
Yeah, Jesse Quick.
Yeah. So obviously, the they didn't get all the V9 out of her system.
Probably not.
So that's likely gonna be how she's gonna get her speed powers.
Most likely.
What's your thoughts on having like all these potential speedsters on on the show at once? Like, we already have the Flash, and
We have
uh,
Zoom.
yeah, you got Zoom, and Wally is likely gonna become a
Become more.
speedster, and Jesse as well. So
Yes.
we're gonna I mean, we're gonna have like three good guy speedsters all at the same time.
You mean kind of like how there's Green Arrow, Red Arrow, and Merlin?
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's gonna turn into Arrow. Whether it's just gonna be a team of just team, it's gonna be so convoluted that you can't even understand what's going on. And then you have them in the background, and they just feel like placeholders.
Yeah, like it's gonna be too cluttered.
Yep.
Um,
It's already feeling too cluttered with all the people there. That I'm like, you don't have to do anything for the team anymore.
yeah,
Like Joe and Iris are there. Why the frick is Iris there? Just for moral support? Like she can't do anything.
yep,
Joe at least works for the police department, so he can look stuff up.
and shoot people.
And then they had Wells. Then they had Wells's daughter. Then Caitlin and Cisco.
Yeah, it's it's too big of a cast.
And eventually they're gonna add Wally.
I mean, like a lot of shows, they get this issue when the show runs for too long,
Yes.
and the cast just gets larger and larger,
Yep.
and the characters, they try to make them more important as time goes on, but it's hard to do when you have such a huge cast.
Yep.
Like Star Trek,
Yep.
they'd have like such a large cast, like the Next Generation. They'd have such a large cast that by the later seasons they would have characters that are there just for like a few lines
Yep.
because there's too many characters.
Yep.
And we already got like a sneak peek at that when in these DC shows when they do the crossovers between Arrow and Flash,
Yep.
because we would have like Diggle there saying only two lines.
Yep.
He's like just standing there, with his like that, with his arms down to his sides. Like everyone's like that, just standing with their arms straight down to their sides, like they don't know what to do with their arms, and like they'll just say two lines, and that is it, because of the fact that they have like what 12, 15 people or something like that on the show.
And then they send them over to Flash for an episode.
It's yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just repeating myself with my rants, so I don't want to keep going.
We can do a whole rant.
You know this is why like a lot of shows that get large crews or large casts will kill off characters. Like Game of Thrones kills off characters left and right. Um, Walking Dead used to kill off characters, but now they're getting to the point where they're not killing off the main people.
Nope.
So the main crew is getting so large that they're getting that issue as well.
Yep.
Do you watch Walking Dead?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they're getting to that point where like the main core guys are no longer dying. Even if they're supposed to die like from the comics,
Yeah.
they're just having the side characters die instead in their place.
Yeah, I know.
Like this last week, Abraham, who is one of the main characters.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers for Walking Dead. If if you're watching Walking Dead and you don't want to get spoiled for what happened last episode, this is a spoiler for that. But Abraham, in the comics, he gets an arrow shot through his head, and that did not happen to him this last episode. They did the exact same scene but with a different character, a minor character.
Yep.
So they're getting to the point where the main characters are like invincible.
Yep.
Don't do that, Flash.
They're already at that level too when they're changing how people die.
Mm-hmm.
Second season they did that with Shane.
Yeah.
If they first followed the comics, Shane would have made it past the first season. Carl would just shoot him with a gun in the forest because he was just messing around with the gun. But they
Shane would have died like halfway through the first season.
Exactly. Shane doesn't live that long, but then they had him fight Rick halfway through the second season and then become a zombie.
Well, Shane in the show is a much better. As a result of that, he's a much better character than Shane from the comics.
Exactly.
But back to Flash, they're getting to that point where crew is getting too big, so they got to come up with reasons to get people to leave. Like Jesse is angry with Harrison Wells because he was talking to himself and recording at the same time.
Yes. It just so happens to give her the watch that he's been recording all his messages in.
I need to save you, Jesse. I will stab a man 8 times to get you back, Jesse. 8.5 times. Did you really mean that, Dad? Please tell me that you didn't really mean that. Yes, I meant it. You're a murderer. You're a murderer.
And then they have the love interest, Iris. Maybe they'll get her from stop coming there.
Yeah.
We do know that after this episode, it's the crossover episode.
Oh, with the Supergirl.
Yes.
I plan on watching that.
Might have to watch Supergirl though.
No. I'm experimenting. This is my experiment. I'm gonna see if I can like dive into that episode without any context of anything else that's happening in the season, other than the first episode, because I watched that.
Kind of like how you do Arrow, the Arrow crossovers.
Yeah. I want to see if I can watch that Supergirl crossover and not be confused at all.
I mean, we can technically talk about that because it's DC. So CBS renewed a whole bunch of shows and Supergirl wasn't on the list.
So mainly, I'm expecting them to have a lot of exposition lines where they'll explain things.
Yes.
Just for people like me.
Yes.
I that's my experiment. I want to see if I'll if I get into watch that episode and be like, I completely understand everything that's been happening all season long just because they spent the whole episode explaining everything.
No, you won't.
Will I not?
No.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. It'll be an experiment. It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, anything else we want to cover before we wrap this up?
Nope.
All right. So, anyways, that is it. And thanks for listening. See you guys later.
See ya.